the green environment issue going on that we're talking about. I feel that the majority of you guys said that it was a really good idea to educate the youth, especially like elementary school, middle school, high school students, because the youth are the future generation, and yes, we're really good advocates on telling our parents what we should do and what we shouldn't do. You guys are telling us that recycling is really good, and you guys are you basically saying that we should implement that into our school programs? Well, the question I have for you is, the school program, the Environmental Service Learning Initiative, ESLI, that was taught district-wide at 8 different public high schools, has now been cut. So you guys are telling us to try to implement these kind of behaviors and habits into our daily life, but how are we going to do that when these types of programs that are being put towards us so we can learn about these things are being cut?
So it's a good question. I'll take a quick answer. You have to sort of put your money where your mouth is. At the end of the day, we spend a lot of money in San Francisco on environmental initiatives. If you look any further, there's been various press releases to know there's something new happening every day. But the best place to spend that money is in our schools, because we can really change the lives and the choices that people make. We have to prioritize our city's environment funding, because it goes to the school district. The Public Utilities Commission funding the sustainability person is a great step forward. Let's put some more money into that so we can teach them across all the schools.
The person who started ESLI, when I left the department, it was cut, and I think it was a tragedy, and I don't think it should have been done. I think there are other things that should have been cut, and if we really prioritize what our city does for our schools, ESLI would not have been cut. And if we have more input by young people into what the priorities for our funding should be, I believe that ESLI would not have been cut. And as I said before, I think it's very important that our city departments actually ratchet up what they're doing for our schools. And I think that ESLI could have been funded through the Department of the Environment, the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, and should have been prioritized. And I think that is very unfortunate for them.
I think it's particularly unfortunate when you cut a program that it's penny wise and pound foolish. When you have a program, the result of which is going to save so much in the long run, I think that should be an argument for keeping it. And I think they could have found extra funding to sustain it. There's been such a great push on the business level for recycling and composting. The city spends a lot of money training people to go around and educate business people how to divide up all their disposables into 3 things. So I don't see why some of that money couldn't be justified to go back into the program that's being cut. It's serving the same need, saving on the long end, investing up front to save on the long end. So I think that should be the criteria for what you're cut, not cut. It was not very expensive.
I think this is a symptom of an interesting challenge that we have as a city, which is so I'm not sure if that was funded with school district funds or city funds, but I've seen communities across this country where you could have much better use of technology or creative ways to get input from these programs, from people who are using the programs. So, for example, we have a different kind of process where we're getting input from the people who are receiving the benefit of the service, then we'll be able to make better decisions. But this specific one, I'm curious where that decision was made. I'm not sure if it was the Board of Education specifically, which leads to another bigger picture. We have to make sure that information is out of where these decisions are getting made.
So, directly to your specific question, really when the district makes a choice like that, and if they don't understand who's being more priority, or how we can embed that in the school district as something that's district-wide and getting the benefit everybody's doing it before we actually adequately fund it, then you can speak with us. And I agree that we would appreciate if, that information was brought forward to the board. Specifically, if the district makes that choice, I would like to see as board members us go out and lobby other communities, and clearly if the city can't afford it to help us, which is often possible, and sometimes it's the problem that the city cannot afford to help us, that we can go seek private funding absolutely makes sense to me. I think we have partnerships within the city that are partnering around green issues. It's not hard or difficult to find funding for something like that. And I think that that's something that we can work on today.
So I think the Nestle program kind of got off to a shaky start and wasn't able to gain the momentum that we would have wanted to gain and the support. And I think the implementation of a district-wide sustainability master plan seems a lot more doable. But I do agree that we should be reaching out to the local community. I mean, there's so many, whether they're solar initiatives or solar or any organization that's doing any kind of sustainable burning within the city should be contributing to any of the programs that you guys have. And I think Back Valley has been a really great force at Wheaton High School to ensure that pathway programs around the environment continue. I also think that you guys should be engaging in internship programs. So just beyond what you're doing within the pathway program, but the internship piece of it is an opportunity for you to get outside of the classroom and get some hands-on experience on everything that we're doing now on sustainability that is really the way of thinking.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. I'm not familiar with the details of this program. Could you maybe say a few more words about how having this program has affected you as a student or affected other students?
We can't. We don't have time for that.
Okay. I guess that would be the question I would look at. You know, what were the specific effects? I mean, there may be other ways to get the same benefits you're getting from this program without actually having a top-down program. I mean, if it's people learning about the environment, or if it's having access to information and having a sustainability plan for your specific school, I tend to feel like those are things that might be addressed differently, but I can't really say without knowing more about that.
So our San Francisco Department on the Environment is 100% grant funded. There are no city dollars that go to that department. It's federal grants, state grants, and private grants. So that's what I would recommend as a funding source. And one of the first places to go would be the college Golden Gate Waste Disposal here in the city. And we can bring students along. We need this kind of testimony in our grant applications to make it a compelling grant application. And I have to apologize. I have to be across town at a different enforcement meeting, so I can have to squeeze myself. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
How do we do this? By empowering students. Telling a student to do something won't work, just as telling anyone to do something won't work. As a teacher, I'm told to make connections with my students, connect their learning to their personal lives. So how do I do this? By encouraging my students, and as a commissioner, by encouraging the district, by empowering you to take action in your own school and really be a leader in your school. So when I talk about greening our environment through gardening, where you'll actually eat the fruits of your labor, literally, it's about you going in and making a difference in your school with the support,